Ooh, graded returns. Let's see what we got. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop. Oh, yeah. PSA Mail Day. What is up, everyone? Matt here from Firebox Cases, fireboxcases.com, at Firebox Cases on Twitter and Instagram. It's a PSA Mail Day. That doesn't happen that often.
It's been 84 years.
It's been 9 months.
Missed it by that much.
Okay, this order from June, bulk order from June 2020. Before we get into that, want to encourage you to swing by our Facebook page, CGC and CSG, Graded Trading Cards Buy, Sell, Trade. The only Facebook group that I'm aware of that is dedicated to all things CGC and CSG. That includes group subs. And that is what Firebox Cases is doing there. We're doing a group sub through CSG Cards with the announcement by PSA that they are suspending all of their services. We were going to be submitting on the 19th of April. We still are, okay? But we also included an extra submission on April 9th. That's because there's almost certainly going to be an exodus of cards heading CSG's way, and we do want to try to get the cards that we have in hand at the front end of that wave of cards that's going to hit so that we can get them back fast. It's part of the appeal of, CSG cards. I've got a couple slabs here that I purchased just to have some in hand. Initial reactions since looking at them is that they are slick. I'm telling you, people don't like the size of the label. When you're sitting here looking at this label with subgrades, it does not look in person out of place. Extra large, does not look abnormal in any way, shape, or form. It may in photos. It may on the video. I don't know. But until you hold one of these and you see that the proportions are really pretty okay, you're not really going to be able to appreciate it. I will say that the label with no subgrades is a little bit sparse.
Damn, Elizabeth.
That's a lot of white space there. And for flagship, we sent almost 800 cards last month. A lot of flagship with no subs. It's going to look like this. It's not an ideal appearance. If you're confident in the appearance, in the quality of your cards, you think you're going to gem this stuff, spring for the subgrades would be my official stance on it. If it's clean, if you're taking a shot, if you're just hoping that you can squeak a gem out, okay. But if you're confident in your cards, you think that they're clean, you think you're going to do 75, you think you're going to do 70, 75, 80% gem, if that's what you're kind of used to, spring for that subgrades, y'all, because, if you're gemming it, you're going to make your money back on it at least. And the liquidity that the subgrades are going to add, just like with BGS slabs with no subs, they're just a lot harder to move. The hustle is a lot more difficult. You got to put a lot more effort into kind of pushing it, drawing attention to it. You're going to get comments about, oh, I wish it had subgrades. You're just going to have to deal with all of that. You're going to have to deal with, oh man, that label. You have to deal with it all. You get the subgrades, all of a sudden it's looking pretty slick. Okay? And I think for the $10 it costs, if you're going to gem your stuff, it's going to at least pay for itself. And that's not even including the sort of intangible liquidity that it's going to bring to your cards. So this is 18 cards. Let's get into this now.
Un'altra volta, ma adesso vorrei proprio sentire la musica delle parole.
18 cards. From June. A lot of Chris Paddocks in here. A bunch of Sapphire Chris Paddocks. I haven't looked at these yet, so we're hoping for the best. One thing is that Chris Paddock, needs to figure out his crap because he is pitching like a donkey. He gave up like 8 runs in 1 inning the other day out of the bullpen.
Is that good?
And that ain't going to cut it. There's a gem. Sapphire paddock. Interesting fact about these paddocks is that I got them from Phil Hughes.
What is up, everyone? My name is Phil. The channel is Phil's Polls.
All of them. Traded me I traded him a Firebox Graded Pro for like a handful of these crisp paddocks. There we go. And some cash. But if you know me, you know I'm a paddock man. The day that he makes the rotation and like leads that rotation through the World Series for the Padres, that would be unbelievable. That's going to be a happy day for me. I'm sitting on a lot of stuff. There's another one. There's another one. Okay, this looks like the last one. Okay. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 for 7 on paddock. Sapphires. Pretty strong. Okay, this is a Nelly Cruz Sapphire Red, which was not particularly clean surface-wise, so I'm very scared. I want it so bad for my PC. Oh, baby. That's what I'm saying. The only thing that could make that card better is if he was in a Twins uniform. In 2019, he's in Twins uniforms. I've got some of that stuff out now, too. But this will do. Sweet card. So set that there. Nelly. Okay, another Twin. This is another Sapphire. This is an auto. Jake Cave. Which is probably not very exciting to anyone. Okay. Well, at least it gemmed. Good for a Minnesota boy like me. He'll get us a lot of playing time this year, I think. Some PC stuff. Okay, now, one of my favorite specs, Jared Oliva. Add it to the pile. Oliva base autos. Just what everyone wants to see when they tune into a big reveal video. Jared Oliva base gems. But you have to understand, this is the kind of stuff that I have always submitted, which is why all the PSA price hikes just kill everything that I want to be doing. Like, I want to get in on these cheap guys for cheap before they get big. Brian Rocchio. And it just became impossible. And now, of course, it's impossible for everyone. Now, to PSA's credit, shutting down submissions, that is actually the first thing they've done, in my opinion, that is actually for slowing down like the cards that are coming in and catching up. Until this point, it has been about maximizing profits. They've been lowering thresholds to make it easier to send, but simultaneously raising prices, which says to me that they want you to keep sending. They just want you to keep sending, but at higher price points. And that's just profit maximizing to me. So to their credit, good on them for trying to catch up. And good for everybody who's got cards there, I suppose, because it will, in the long run, benefit all of them. And in the meantime, we're going to send a lot of cards to CSG. Hopefully you can do it with us. Firebox. April 9th. There we go. Little blue wave, Greg Jones. April 9th and April 19th. I'm going to put the link for our Facebook group in the show notes. I'm going to put the link for my pin tweet in the show notes. Not that there's anything revolutionary there, but that's kind of like an overview. I'm going to put the link to download our submission form in the show notes. And all the information that you should need is on that submission form. There we go. Gold refractor, Greg Jones. Yes, indeed. But if you have questions, you can message me on Twitter. YouTube comments are not really ideal for that. Sammy Ciani 9, black. This is the only card in this entire Let me see if I'm speaking truth here. Yes. This is the only card in this entire submission that I pulled myself. And of course I got a 9. Black Siani though, that's pretty cool. Love it when it matches the uniform like that. Juan Duran. Come on. No. For the Twins. This guy's going to be a pretty quick. Dang it. 9. The Duran. All right, last card. Nate Lowe. The Rangers' new first baseman, I guess. Okay. Gemmed it. All right. So decent little sub. Good ratio there. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Got this 9, got the Siani, got the 1 Paddock. So 15 for 18. That's a good ratio these days. That's a good ratio pretty much any time, but that's a good ratio, especially these days when PSA has really cracked down on what they're letting slide by. But of course it helps when it's kind of stuff that people are like, kind of meh about, like Chris Paddock and pretty much everything I collect. So do me a favor, join the Facebook group if you have questions about CSG group submissions. We're sending April 9th and April 19th. Got giveaways going forward too. You sub at 10 cards at bulk plus subs. A card like that could go bulk plus subs. 10 cards, and for every 10 cards you submit bulk plus subs, you're going to get an entry to win a Firebox Graded Pro with trolley, which is a model that we don't sell at all on our website. It's kind of an exclusive that we're doing for this giveaway. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. It's really nice to get some PSA slabs back. I know that we push CSG and CGC pretty hard around here, but it's always nice to get some of the original PSA back. Thank you all. See you next time. Later.